FIFA World Cup is coming to North America this summer. It'll start in June, and even though Omaha is not a host city for any of the matches, 6 of them are happening just a couple of hours away, down in Kansas City. U.S. officials expect anywhere from 5 to 7 million international travelers for the event across the continent. The State Department says neighboring cities like Omaha could see a boost in tourism. Deputy spokesperson Mignon Houston talked about efforts to make the tournament a safe experience for everyone.
We are making sure that we are using the highest standards of visa vetting and screening for every applicant that is interested in coming to the United States. We have deployed over 600 consular officers. These are U.S. diplomats, highly trained, out to our over 290 U.S. missions around the world. They will be working closely to ensure that every visa decision is a national security decision. And what does that mean for the citizens of Omaha? That means they can rest assured that every individual who comes to the United States has been thoroughly vetted through the highest standards of our system.
New to this World Cup is something called the FIFA Pass, short for Priority Appointment Scheduling System. It's a voluntary process that allows international ticket holders to get a fast-tracked visa appointment.